we're finding that skill shortages are impacting recruitment efforts. So what we're seeing is 60% of people responding to the survey said it's actually getting harder to recruit. And very few of you saying it's getting easier. It's my market now. It's not as easy as it was. And what we're seeing in terms of that top reason by another 18% is the shortage of qualified candidates with the right skills, which if you think back to what I've shared in terms of the top priorities and what Steve and I were saying at learning and development dropping 5 points, is quite interesting. It's a bit of a juxtaposition. So it's not so much of a priority for us to focus on learning and development, but we are seeing a struggle when we're recruiting for those people that are qualified. Personally, it makes me think back to some experience I had at Countrywide Surveyors. So I was there during the period pre-COVID, before I joined WorkBuzz. I'd had a life before WorkBuzz. This is crazy. I can bring it up to Steve because it gets him upset. But with the Countrywide, I worked with some amazing, very mindful MDs that were really thinking about the future of surveying, and that time it was becoming very much aging workforce. So what they had to do and what they decided to do was invest in an apprenticeship scheme that brought in a load of new blood into the surveying profession. And that did not just Countrywide, but pretty much anyone around them a huge favour, because it enabled them to build the skills, capabilities that were needed for the future. But it was very much a long-term play of investment. But sometimes that's what we need to do to build that skill set, or think about how we redeploy skills that are being used elsewhere into jobs that we have now, and utilise them in a different way. But I think we're seeing that across every industry, really, in terms of the report, seeing it in construction to hospitality as well. So it's just sometimes, I think, being a bit more creative with finding the right candidate.
Longer term perspective, isn't it? I think as HR leaders, it's absolutely challenging your CEOs, CFOs who are having problems recruiting because of lack of skills.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing longer term to build your pipeline.
Yeah, very true. I'm just going to bring up this now in Catherine. So is this more to do with providing the right kind of L&D? Having worked for a commercial L&D company in a previous role, actual needs were not always fully researched and considered. I think that's fair. I think possibly quite true, Catherine, and something that we could unpick with further research in. But I think for us, what's interesting is almost that it's L&D from the perspective of overall view of L&D has dropped below everything else in the priorities.
Sort of solutions.
Yes, yeah, but I do think that maybe we're focused too much on that short term stuff. Can you have got the skills for the job? So we're doing that quite well, but we're not focusing on those deeper skills that will get us to the future stages. Really good and interesting insight as well. Thank you, Catherine. Secondary reasons: meeting candidates' salary expectations. So very much paired with the last slide I showed you, and then find other reasons that you can see listed here. We've got competition for similar organisations hiring for similar roles. Finding people who are the right cultural fit, being able to hire quickly enough, and the cost of recruitment is quite a low reason there. But I think ultimately skills critical. I love this insight. Thank you, Carla, Jane. Also, sometimes the JD is not particularly well written to support exactly what skills are needed. Here. I absolutely think there's so much work that can be done around so many job descriptions that we see advertised, and we don't call out skills really, or what transferable skills would apply for this role. I think that's really important to think about how you widen the net if this is an area that you're struggling with. Yeah, great pointer and tip, Carla, there, I think.